Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is AnaJolene and I'm the author of the Glorium Sea series, the Moonrise Beach series, and the new Heartbreaker series. So in today's video, I am going to be covering my favorite pens of 2025. So this is part 2 of my favorites video. I did film my favorite inks of 2025, so you can kind of see them here. So if you want to watch that video, go ahead and check out my channel for it. So today I have chosen 10 fountain pens that I would say are my favorites that I discovered this year. So I am going to list them out here. I'm not going to necessarily do them like in order from like 1 to 10, but these are just 10 pens that I got this year that I really love. So that was like kind of like my condition for choosing these pens. They have to be pens that I purchased this year, and then obviously ones that I really loved. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with my very first pen here, and this is the Platinum Century 3776. It's from the Nice line, and this one is called Lilas. I also have the lavender one called Lavend. They look so stunning together. I got them pretty close together. And this has a 14 karat gold nib. I love that the breather hole has a little heart, and all the hardware as well as the nib is in this beautiful rose gold color. So I really enjoy these platinum pens. They are a little pricey because they are gold nibs. However, I do really love the writing experience with them. This one actually has a broad nib, and my lavender one has a medium nib. So maybe if I'm planning on adding to my collection, I'll get one in the fine just so that I have a good variety of nib sizes. So we are going to write with this one, and I think what I'll do is I'll just write the name up here. Platinum Century 376. And like I said, this is from the Nice collection. And the color is Lilas with a broad nib. I don't have too many broad nibs in my collection, but I really love this one. Very smooth. So I'm not going to write the ink because I want this to be kind of like the focal point of my inks. So they're not necessarily going to correspond all the time. But that is my very first pen. Let's move on to my second one. This is another one that I got for my birthday. I absolutely love it. This is a Benu Talisman in the True Unicorn. This is a exclusive collaboration with Gourmet Pens. I am hoping to get the matching dark unicorn soon, so hopefully they will restock that. But I love this pen. I love the color. I love the size as well, and the smit nib is really wonderful, very juicy and wet. So yeah, I got this pen for my birthday and I just fell in love with it. I think the sparkles in it are so pretty. Like, it's exploding with sparkle. And I really like the ombre. It goes from like a pink to purple and to like this kind of turquoise color. So this is my next pen, and like I said, this is a Benu Talisman True Unicorn. I feel like this pen is going to kickstart an obsession for me. So this one has a fine nib. Definitely one of my favorites that I got this year. Now let's move on to this pen here. This is actually the very first pen that I got in 2025. This is the Kaweco AL Sport, so it's an aluminum body and it's the color Ice Blue. I feel like this color is pretty hard to find now. Not many people have it, so I was lucky enough to find one, and even though it was my first pen that I got this year, I feel like I still consider it as one of my favorites for the year, so that just shows you how much I loved it. I really enjoy using the Kaweco pens because they are pocket pens. They fit really nicely in my passport size traveler's notebook, so I love them for that reason. And I really feel like I purchased more of the aluminum body pens this year. So this one has a fine nib, and like I said, it is the ice blue. If you're interested in this ink, this is Konpeki by Pilot Irishizuku. I can mention the other ones as well if you're interested. This is Sailor Manyo Kuzu, and then this one is Sailor Ink Studio 237. So I really love this. I like how soft the colors are, and then also I find that it matches my new blue TNs. I'm having like a blue moment, so I'm really enjoying that. All right, next up we have another blue pen that I became obsessed with. So this is a Sailor ProGear Slim, and this is called Grateful Crane. This one, I just really loved it because it's one solid blue color. Like I said, I'm really into the blues lately, and I feel like this is my favorite blue pen that I have in my collection. I love the gold trim, and with this one I have a 14 karat gold medium fine nib. Now I have already written this dry, so what I'm going to do is dip it in my favorite ink that I like to pair with this particular pen, and that is Sailor Yurameku Itzora. As you guys can see here, this is actually one of my favorite inks, so that also made it into this year's favorite lineup in terms of inks. So I'm just going to dip it because, like I said, I have written this one dry already, so I can write it here. So Sailor ProGear Slim. You guys know I love my ProGear Slims. I purchased quite a few this year, and I actually have another one in my favorites coming up. But this one was my favorite. I just really like the color. Like I said, I've been having a blue moment, so this is my favorite blue pen. So there we go. I absolutely love this pen. Lately I have been noticing that Sailor likes to change up like the colors so that they're mismatching, like the finials could be a different color, the cap, or even the grip from the body. But I really like the classic look when it's just all one color. I know that may seem a little boring for some, but I just really like how classic it looks. And like I said, this particular blue color is my favorite at the moment. All right, so now let's go into browns. This is Twsbi's new release. It's the Twsbi Diamond 580. This is an ALR, and I have it inked up with Sailor Shikiori Kamoshika, and as you guys can see, that ink also made it into my favorites. I feel like this particular combo just works so well for me. I love the onyx trim, and this avocado color is just so stunning. I actually have another Twsbi Diamond in this list to share with you today because I absolutely fell in love with them. I also really like their ecos, so that would have been on the list if I had more room. I really enjoyed the espresso that they came out with, but I'm gonna mark this in today as one of my favorites. So Twsbi Diamond 580 ALR Affogato Onyx. Honestly, you can't go wrong with the Twsbi pens. They work so well. They're not super expensive, and they're pretty easy to get. They're also really easy to clean as well. So this is a piston fill, so you just twist it up here so you can fill the pen with your ink. So that is another favorite of mine. Let's move on to Esterbrook. So Esterbrook is a brand that I discovered in 2025. They actually sent me one of their pens, the Esterbrook SD Tortoise, as a gift to see if I would like it, and that really kind of sparked my interest in the brand. And since then I have purchased 2 more. This is actually the latest one that I got, and this is the SD Winter White. I really like this body. I think it looks super classy, and these nibs are so juicy. So I actually have most of my collection from Esterbrook in a fine nib, but this one is actually a medium nib. So I'm trying that out, and so far I have been really enjoying it. So we're gonna add this to the list. So Esterbrook SD Winter White. Now this pen I wanted as like my first pick. However, it's been sold out everywhere, and so I wasn't able to purchase it. And then one day I was at my local stationery shop and they had just one left, and I felt like it was fate, so I grabbed it right away. So now I have this beautiful one in my collection, and I feel like I'm gonna cherish it because it was so hard to find. But yeah, this is one of my favorite pens. I just love how classic and pretty it looks. Very stunning. So let's move on to the next pen. So I mentioned the ProGear Slim from Sailor earlier, so I have a mini one now. This is my second mini. I have the Zine Pink, and then this particular color is the Azure Gray, and I just really like it. I've been into the kind of blue grays lately, and I feel like this pocket pen works perfectly with my blue Passport. If you guys don't know, I love my pocket pens, and this is definitely one of my favorite models, especially if you like gold nibs. So let me mark here that I have another Sailor. This is Sailor ProGear Slim Mini in Azure Gray. And this is a medium fine 14 karat gold nib. Now the ink that I have in here is actually the Pilot Irishizuku Fuyu Shogun, which is a blue-gray ink, and I feel like it matches just wonderfully together. Let's backtrack a little bit here. This Esterbrook, I have it inked up with Sailor Shikiori Hana Con Murray, if you're interested. Alright, so let's go to the next pen. I have another Kaweco, but this is just a plastic one. This is a Kaweco Sport in the color Bordeaux, and I use this pen a lot because it matches the Traveler's Notebook Love and Trip TN, so the red one like this, as you guys can see, I feel like it was a perfect match, and so I inked it up with Diamond Syrah, SYRAH, and I felt like I used this ink pretty much all of autumn this year, so I really loved it. So I have already cleaned this pen out, but for today's video we are going to dip it in so that we can include it in this list. I feel like for me the color of the year was this color, this kind of dark burgundy color, so I really enjoyed it. So this is a Kaweco Sport Bordeaux, and this is actually in a medium nib, and I just love how it looks. So pretty. Like I said, for me this was the color that I used the most in 2025. Okay, we're almost done here. Got a couple more. Next up, I have another pocket pen, and this is the Twsbi Diamond Mini. So it's the same one as the other, but just in the smaller size. I actually have the white and rose gold in the regular size as well because I love it so much. So I got the mini version, and again, I use it in my Passport TN. It works beautifully. This is actually what I'm using right now. So it is inked up with Ferris Wheel Press Aurora Realis, which is also in my favorite inks of 2025. I just think that it works so good with all of my inks. I never have any issues with it. So like I said, if you want like a good pen that's kind of like an all-rounder, I would go for Twsbi. So this is Twsbi Diamond Mini. And the whites and rose gold. If they do other colors, I am definitely going to get more because I love this pocket pen. I have it with a medium nib. All right. And then lastly here, I saved my most used pen for last. This is a Pilot Decimo in the champagne pink. So this is my ride or die. This is my most used pen, my most favorite pen of my collection. If you took away all of my pens and asked me to purchase only one, this is the pen that I would purchase. It has an 18 karat gold nib and I have it in a fine at the moment, but I have purchased two other ones, the violet and white, which have fine and medium nibs. I just find that the fine works the best for me. I use this every day in my work planner and it's my absolute favorite. So here I'm just going to write Pilot Decimo. And this color is champagne pink. Right now I have it inked up with Platinum Carbon Black. This is a waterproof permanent ink and I almost always have it inked up with this. So this is my designated black ink pen that I use the most. So that is it. Those are all of the 10 fountain pens that I fell in love with this year. I obviously have my other Benus and my other Esterbrook's, Sailors, Platinums, Twsbis, Kawecos, and Noblar pens that I absolutely love. But these are like my top favorites that I acquired this year that I really can't live without. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Let me know which are your favorite pens of 2025. I would love to get some recommendations from you. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!